Alright, welcome back. This is going to be BTEC Level 3 AAQ IT Unit 3 Website Development, and I'm going to actually start making the website in this one, but I'm going to try and get to that anyway. So this is the folder where I've been saving all my videos and everything I've done so far. You need to find somewhere on your PC that you can save your files. It can be desktop, but you would need to have everything in a single folder. So I already have a folder here called Runs Tech Hub Website, but I'm going to create a brand new one and show you guys step by step how to do it. This will work on Windows or Mac if you're using Dreamweaver. You just need to know how to create your folder. So this first step here, this first part here, is just going to be showing you how to create your folders. So step one, just create a brand new folder wherever you want it to be. And inside of this folder, this is where you're going to have all the files for your website. So I'm going to click on new here, top left hand corner of my screen. If you're on Windows 10 or Windows 11, you can also right click on a blank white space. Go down to where it says new, and you can create a folder that way as well. Either way works fine. I'm just going to call this one RTH website, all one word. I'm going to use camel case, so RTH runs tech hub, then uppercase W for website, then everything else is lowercase. I'm going to press enter on this. That creates my website. And inside of here, you're going to have certain different folders. I'm going to have audio, video, images. So if I go into my folder, again, I'm going to create 3 more folders in here. So again, click on new. The first one I'm going to create is audio, AUDIO. Press enter. I'm going to leave everything as lowercase. I'm going to create another folder called videos, VIDEOS. I might put some local videos in here. I'm not entirely sure yet. I'm going to do one more folders. I'm going to call this one images. And whatever images I use on my website, I'm going to stick them in here just so it's easy to find. When you create your website, I'm going to quickly give you an example of what it might look like. By the time you're finished doing this, you're going to have most likely one file called index. You can name it anything you want, but the typical name is index for the home page. Some people can just name it home as well. That's perfectly acceptable. And then after home, I had 3 or 4 pages. So I'm going to copy and paste it. I'm going to call the second one maybe contact. I think another one I had was reviews. So I can call this one game reviews. So this is roughly what your submission is going to look like. Not exactly like this again, but you're going to have your HTML files in here and your CSS files right next to it as well. And then you're going to have your separate folders for storing all your extra resources. All right, so after you've created your folders, the next thing I'm going to do is open Dreamweaver. This is a program I showed you guys how to install in one of the previous videos. And this is the program I'm going to be using to create my website. You can use other programs as well. You can use open source programs, but this is one that I'm going to be using. So I'm going to click on Dreamweaver here. Once Dreamweaver is open, I'm going to go to where it says site at the very top. I'm going to click on where it says new site. And in that box that says site name, I'm simply going to type Runs Tech Hub AAQ. You can name it whatever you want. Ideally, this should be named whatever your website is going to be called. Where it says local site folder, I'm going to browse to the folder I created earlier. You could have also created it here as well, but I'm just so used to creating folders before I actually need them rather than having programs create them. But it gets you to the same outcome, so it doesn't really matter how you do it. I'm then going to browse to the folder where I have mine saved. So it's BTEC. This is my desktop and this is the folder I'm using here. Double click on that. I'm going to scroll all the way down to where it says Runs Tech Hub Website. Click on that one there. Choose select folder. It's going to come up in here. Once you've chosen your local folder, this box here is going to be populated. So now you only need to click on save. Ignore these files here in the middle. This is when I was testing some things. So if you look on the very right hand side of your screen, I'll try and zoom in. You have all your website details here and all the files and subfolders in that current directory. So this is telling you you're inside your website directory, and now you can start creating stuff and it will just go in here. The next step is to go to file in the top left hand side. I'm going to click on file and I'm going to where it says new. It comes up with all of these different options here. You can choose templates. If you go to where it says start the templates, you have quite a few of them here. And I think most of these are responsive, but obviously if you go to the one that says responsive, you'll have something that works on mobile, tablet, and desktop. What I would suggest and recommend you guys do is open all 3 of these files here. See if it kind of matches the layout of your website. It will kind of give you like a skeleton that you can then go in and edit to make changes rather than starting from scratch. And if you don't fully understand divs, then you don't have to go from the beginning from scratch to create stuff. You can just copy and paste stuff as and when you need it. But for me, I'm going to go to new document. I'm going to choose HTML. Then I'm going to leave everything else blank. Then I'm going to click on create. This is going to create me a blank HTML file. And the first thing I want to do is save this file as an index file. That's just the name of the file. You can change it to home. You can change it to main page. You can change it to whatever you want. Ideally, it should be called index. That's just the norm that everyone uses. So I'm going to go to file. I'm going to go to where it says save. I'm going to choose the folder I created for all my files. And again, I'm just simply going to name this index.html. It already has a file extension. I'm going to type INDEX. Then I'm going to click on save. Now at the very top, we have code, we have split, and we have live. I would recommend you keep it in split because what this means is that you can copy and paste code in. You can edit your code and you can see the live view straight away. And on the live view, you can also drag elements around, move elements around if you so choose. These things here on the right, these are called tags. So let me quickly explain what this is so maybe you can get an understanding. So this is the HTML tag. This is where everything is going to be inside of this tag. And as you can see, it starts here and then it stops down here. The starting tag just has the less than sign, the name, then the greater than sign. The closing tag, which for HTML is going to be at the very bottom, has the less than sign, / HTML, so the words, and then the greater than sign. So this tag actually closes down here. Then in between that, we have the head tag. The head tag starts here, and then that one actually stops here. So only this section here is the header or the head of the actual HTML document. For the body starts here. So the head tag is stuff that we don't normally see, whereas the body tag, this is where we're going to put the stuff that we actually want the user to see. We're going to put everything inside the body tag here. The first thing I'm going to do is to change the title. This is the title tag. I'm going to highlight where it says untitled document. I'm going to put runs tech hub homepage. So runs tech hub home. Just call it home. That's fine. I'm going to leave it as that. I'm going to do Control S on my keyboard to save it, or on Mac I think it's Command S. It's the same thing if you go to File, then click on Save here. It's just a shortcut that you can use. The next thing I'm going to do is in my head tag, and again the head tag starts here. This entire section here is a head tag. I'm going to put in the viewport property, and this is going to essentially allow my web page to resize based on whether it's on a mobile phone, a tablet, or a desktop. I'll be putting all these snippets of code on the website as well, so you can go there and grab it. So it should be under the video. I'll add an extra section that says code. You can grab it, you can paste it in yours, you can test it to see if it works, or you can remove it if you don't want it. So I'm going to paste that here. And again, this just tells my website to resize itself based on the device it's on. And next, inside the body tag, I'm going to paste in some HTML code. This is essentially going to create a div for all the sections I want. So I'm going to press enter here. So this code I pasted in here is going to be the structural blueprint for the standard layout for the website. Now you can change this. I'm going to put all this code in the video description, or I'm going to put it on the website as well, so you guys can go ahead and access it and make any changes you want. It uses containers to divide the page into a top header, a bottom footer, and a middle section for the main contents of the videos, the pictures, the text, and the navigation as well. And again, this is just the most bare bones skeleton thing you will ever find, so you will have to go in and edit this. What I'll do quickly, actually, I'll open where I've saved my file. What you're seeing here on the left hand side is actually what you will see when you open it in a web browser. So if I go ahead and open the file, which is this one down here, this is the index.html page I'm working on now. I'm going to double click it just to open it in Chrome, and this is exactly what you'll see. So I'm going to double click it. When it opens in Chrome, I drag it across here. This is what you see. Nothing is there yet, so that's why you're only seeing the skeleton. And if I right click on it and go to open with, and I'm going to choose Microsoft Edge, is going to be exactly the same thing again, same content. Speaking of Microsoft Edge, this is something you will need to do. You will have to have multiple browsers on your system so that you can actually test your website properly. If you have Google Chrome and you have Microsoft Edge on Windows 11, those are actually the same code base, meaning essentially the same browser, very, very similar. So what you're going to want to do is I would recommend downloading any other one or two browsers you want. I would say go Firefox because that's really popular as well. Any browser that is Google Chrome, Chromium, or Microsoft Edge, it's the same Chromium code base, so there's no point in using all three of those for testing. You need to use something that's distinctly different. So Firefox is a really good one. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create my CSS file. Now you can create this in other ways, but just because we're in Dreamweaver, I might as well do it this way. And again, what I'm showing you in this video is the skeleton system, so you can go ahead and add anything you want. So I'm going to go to File again. I'm going to go to New. Then I'm going to look for CSS. Here we go, CSS. This is a cascading style sheet. This is going to essentially be the thing that controls the way your website looks. And the good thing is with a CSS file, you wouldn't have to go back to individual pages and change all the text and the headings and how things look. You can change one CSS file and it can make changes across your entire website. So I'm going to click on create here. With CSS, you're not going to have a split view because CSS doesn't actually show anything. HTML shows the stuff and CSS controls how it's shown. So straight away, what I'm going to do is go to File, go to Save, or I can do Control S as well, or Command S for a Mac. Save, and I'm going to save it in exactly the same location as my index.html. And I'm just going to call this styles. It's normally styles or website styles. I'm just going to call it style.css. The file extension is already there. I'm going to click on Save. Then I'm going to go back to my index.html at the very top of the page. The next thing I'm going to do is attach that CSS file I just created. And to do this, you have a few options, but it must be in the head tag. So this is the head tag here. You can stick it wherever you want. I'm going to stick mine down here. So if I press enter here, give myself some space. I like to give myself a tiny bit of space while I'm working. You can go to Tools, you can go to CSS, then you go over to where it says Attach Style Sheet. I'm going to click on that. When this window comes up, you need to click on where it says Browse, and you simply browse for the style.css. If you named it something different, it doesn't matter. Once you open the one that says whatever your name was .css, that's the file you have to click on. So I'm going to click on OK here, and then I'm going to click on OK again. That gets imported into the header of the thing here. Alternatively, what you could do is copy and paste in this code. I'm going to put this on the website and in the video description as well. So if you paste this in, once your name is styles, this will work fine. If you have a different name, let's say you called it my styles or something like that, just change it to my styles or CSS and everything will work perfectly fine. I'm going to go to file again. I'm going to click on save or do Control S or Command S on the Mac, and that saves it. Before I do the next stage, something I want to show, which is really popular in programming, and this is not proper programming, I know, but you want to put comments everywhere you can within reason. So for example, I just linked my style sheet here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a comment here, and this is how you do a comment. I'll put this again in the video description and on the website. I'm just going to remove this text here and put my comment in. So I'm going to say added styles.css style sheet, and that's it. That's fine. And for every little section you do, I'd recommend having something like this that's relatively descriptive. So if someone else was to go in, the whole purpose of this, by the way, is that someone else was to go in and open your code or open your program, or in this case open your HTML file, they should have a generally good idea of what is being done in each section because you put a comment in. I'm going to go back to my styles.css, and what I'm going to copy in and paste now is just some code again I found online by doing some research, and this is going to allow video and image responsiveness, meaning whatever video and images you have in your website is going to try and match those videos and images to whatever the maximum width of your website is. Go ahead and put this in, try it with your system as well. And again, because it says IMG and video here, wherever you label a tag or an item in your HTML as IMG for image or video for video, obviously, it's going to take these specific settings here. You can have different ones. So for example, image, rather than having max width, you could probably have it at, I don't know, 85. Video, rather than having 100, you could probably have it as 90. So you could have separate ones, but for now I'm going to leave it as it is, and I'll come in here and make changes as and when I need to. And just like I did with the HTML file, I've added a comment here as well. The way you do comments in HTML and CSS is different. So this is how you, let me zoom in some more, sorry. This is how you do it for CSS. So it's a /, then a star, then you write your notes or your comment or your description, then another star at the very end. This next section of code again, which I did some research and found, nothing I'm doing here is unique to me. You can all go and use ChatGPT, Google Gemini, Copilot, normal Google as well, and find every single thing you need. I'm going to put also in the video description a website called W3 Schools, I think it's called, and they have loads of code snippets on there for HTML, CSS, JavaScript that you can just copy and paste in to get the functionality that you want. Now this next thing is going to essentially stack everything on top of each other in a single column. Now this is perfect for a mobile phone because, as you notice, on some websites, I can show you a website I created. So this is a website I did recently for a church, right? And if you notice on a desktop, it spans everything or it spreads everything out. But now when I minimize it, you can mimic mobile functionality or at least layout on your desktop computer. So I'm going to double click this, minimize it, then I'm going to make it as small as I can. And as you notice, everything just becomes one long block of stuff going downwards. And the buttons that you had at the top before, if you click on the hamburger menu here, it comes out. So that's essentially what this section that I've just pasted in is going to do. It's going to allow your website to do this every time it notices that this is a mobile phone. This next thing I'm going to paste in tells the website to get wider if the screen that the website is being displayed on is wider than the mobile phone. So it automatically stretches out. And again, all of this was found on the internet. Nothing is unique to me. I think I'm going to stop this one here because this is probably too long anyway. But again, I'm going to upload this to the website so you guys can go ahead and download it straight away. And this is going to be, again, the most bare bones thing that you could possibly do. I am going to be adding more features later on. And as I add more features on, every 5 minutes or so, I'm going to try and save and upload those to the website as well. So if you wanted to, you could go ahead and download different versions of what I'm doing, make changes, make tweaks, copy and paste stuff in to get your website realized. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, comment and share.